You thought a recession was bad? Well, brace yourself. What's coming next is even worse. Most people won't see it coming until it's too late, but today we're breaking down the terrifying signs that something bigger, scarier, and far more dangerous is creeping into the economy. Are you ready to face the financial nightmare ahead? We've all heard whispers about a recession. Maybe you're already preparing for it, cutting back on spending, trying to save more, and keeping an eye on the markets. But what if I told you that what's lurking around the corner could make a recession look like child's play? In today's video, we're going to explore the 6 spine-chilling factors that show the next financial disaster could be much worse than a recession. Let's dive in. The debt tsunami. You've heard about national debt, everyone's talking about it. But no one's talking about just how massive this debt bubble has become. We're sitting on a ticking time bomb of over $30 trillion in US national debt alone. And that's not even counting personal debts, corporate debts, and those terrifying buy now pay later schemes. What happens when the tide turns and we can't keep borrowing to patch up the holes? Well, that's when the real terror begins. If governments can't pay back their debts, we're looking at massive cuts in public services, pensions, and potentially hyperinflation that will make your savings vanish overnight. What to do? Start building a financial lifeboat. Invest in real assets like gold, diversify your income, and stay liquid. The flood is coming. Stagflation, the silent killer. You've heard of inflation, right? Prices are rising, but wages aren't keeping up. Now imagine a scenario where prices keep climbing, but the economy completely stalls. That's stagflation, and it's the financial equivalent of a slow, creeping doom. We haven't seen stagflation on a large scale since the 1970s, but all the signs are here. Rising costs of living, stagnant wage growth, and a job market that's slowly suffocating. If stagflation hits, it will squeeze everyone from all sides. Your purchasing power shrinks, your job prospects vanish, and your investments? They start circling the drain. What to do? Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Invest in assets that tend to hold value in stagflation: commodities, real estate, and inflation-protected bonds. The housing market meltdown. Remember the 2008 financial crisis? That was caused by the housing market. And we're heading down a similar path right now. Housing prices are through the roof, no pun intended, and many buyers are over-leveraged, taking on mortgages they can barely afford, betting that prices will keep rising forever. But here's the scary part. When interest rates rise, and they will rise, millions of homeowners will suddenly find themselves underwater, owing more on their homes than they're worth. A housing crash could trigger a wave of bankruptcies, foreclosures, and economic despair that spreads through the entire economy. What to do? If you're in the housing market, be cautious. Don't overextend yourself, and make sure you're prepared for the possibility of declining home values. The tech bubble is about to burst. We're living in the golden age of tech, right? Or maybe we're living in the final moments before the bubble bursts. The valuation of tech companies has skyrocketed beyond reason, with companies barely turning a profit, or none at all, still being valued in the billions. Sound familiar? It should. It's eerily similar to the dot-com bubble of the early 2000s. And we all know how that ended. A massive crash, wiping out trillions in wealth almost overnight. Many of today's hottest tech stocks are like zombies, propped up by hype, but with nothing substantial to back them up. What to do? Be wary of tech stocks that are all sizzle and no steak. Focus on solid, profitable companies, or consider moving into safer investments before the crash hits. Automation will kill jobs, and faster than you think. Technology isn't just inflating stock prices, it's also replacing jobs at an alarming rate. Automation, artificial intelligence, and machine learning are advancing faster than most people realize, and the job market is about to undergo a massive transformation. Industries like manufacturing, retail, and even services are all at risk. Millions of jobs could disappear in the blink of an eye, leaving entire sectors of the economy devastated. And once the jobs go, they're not coming back, at least not in the same form. What to do? Future-proof your career by developing skills that machines can't easily replace. Think creativity, critical thinking, and problem solving. These are the skills that will thrive in the age of automation. The looming energy crisis. We depend on cheap, abundant energy to fuel our economy. But what happens when that energy starts running out? The world is facing a critical shortage of energy resources, from oil to natural gas to coal. And while renewable energy is growing, it's not yet enough to replace our current energy needs. If we hit a major energy crisis, the effects will ripple through every sector. Transportation costs will skyrocket, food prices will soar, and entire industries could grind to a halt. The energy crisis could very well be the final nail in the coffin for an economy already teetering on the edge. What to do? Consider investing in renewable energy and energy-efficient technologies. Reducing your dependence on fossil fuels now could save you from financial pain in the future. So what's worse than a recession? A perfect storm of financial disasters, all hitting at once. We're not just facing one crisis, we're facing multiple threats, each of which could send shockwaves through the economy. From crushing debt to a collapsing housing market, to automation wiping out jobs, the road ahead looks terrifying. But there's hope. Understanding these dangers gives you the power to protect yourself. Don't be caught off guard when the storm hits. Start preparing now, and you'll have a fighting chance to weather the financial apocalypse that's coming. We're standing on the edge of something far scarier than a recession. The signs are all around us, and ignoring them won't make them go away. But by taking action now, by diversifying your investments, protecting your income, and being smart with your money, you can survive what's coming. Just remember, the worst financial disasters are the ones you don't see coming until it's too late. Subscribe for more insights, or watch our next video on the top financial traps to avoid.